Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in for yet again another amazing broadcast here on PeaceMaker Gaming as we get ready to set these drivers loose. They're going to get loaded into the sim, and each and every one of them is going to be looking for a win as we get these drivers ready to rock and roll. We hop in here a little bit early. There's still quite a bit of time left here in practice, but we're going to quickly pull in our top three from last week. We had some internet issues with the broadcast last week, so we're going to make sure that we can get that kind of concluded and try to get everything working good, everything feeling good, and we're going to get these drivers that came top three last week up here into the broadcast booth so they can have some post-race interviews from their action last Monday. I almost said Sunday. Last Monday, as we want to make sure we get them in here for their post-race interviews, having some good runs, some great drives, and don't want to disclude them. And obviously having internet crash on us last week. I didn't get internet back until like 6:30 in the morning on Tuesday last week, so definitely sucked. Definitely not what we planned to have happen, and definitely something that hopefully we never have to deal with again, as we'll get ready to pull our top three from last weekend for some post-race interviews. We're going to start with Skylar Pruitt, our winner from last week. We're going to pull Skylar into the broadcast booth right now. Hey, Skylar, it's Aaron out here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. They get a copy?
Yeah.
Skylar, my boy, looking to make it 2 for 2 here as you're able to pick up the checkered flag last week. You got that fast AF boy on the back bumper here of that number 96 Pride, man. Take us back through all the action last week. Had a lot of caution flags to deal with, a lot of restarts, but you're able to just be that reflection of perfection and keeping that 96 Pride out in front and driving it home to a checkered flag here. Your first in the series, man. How did it feel to get that one out of the way?
Yeah, it definitely helps when you draw good. Luckily, we drew up front in the heat race and led all of that, which put us on the pole for the A. And I don't know, kind of when it starts to slick off, this track kind of goes one lane. No, we had a good run with chasing. And yeah, it was fun last week.
Yeah, definitely a lot of fun, definitely a lot of action, and obviously me having internet issues became an issue, and then obviously we see you drive to the win. Unfortunately, it cut out literally as you guys were rolling through 3 and almost at a corner number 4, and then all of a sudden all the cars disappeared off my screen. I wasn't sure if the stream had ended or not. I thought it was still going. I went back and re-watched the final lap, and still the cars disappeared. I was in a loss, and then I realized that yeah, my internet had completely decided to evacuate the premises of my house, and unfortunately we didn't get to catch that end of the race, and we didn't get to catch the interviews with you guys. But man, a great run and a great drive as you parked that 96 right up in victory lane. Who would you like to thank for not only a great run last week, but hoping for a good run here this week?
Yeah, I got to thank everybody over at Black Diamond Mafia. Matt's been a huge help with setup, so can't thank him enough. Everybody at Majula Say Speed Shop, they're phenomenal. We've had nothing but good luck ever since we've moved over there, so can't thank everybody over there enough. Sweet Tea Gang, Papa Mike, Nueva Designs for the killer wrap that he always does. Yeah, hopefully we start good tonight.
Absolutely. Well, good luck. Have fun out there, and hopefully we'll see you right back up here in the broadcast booth after this evening's festivities.
Yeah, that's the goal, right?
Exactly. Skylar, good luck. Have fun out there.
Thanks, buddy.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our race winner last week as we'll pull in our second place finisher from last Monday's action, Jason Luther, as we'll pull Jason in here for his post-race interview. Hey, Jason, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. Take a copy.
Yep, I gotcha.
Jason, man, a great run and a great drive last week. You parked that 00 right up here on the podium in position number 2. You're looking to kind of recreate that magic here tonight, hoping for another good run, but looking for that one spot better and able to pick up a checkered flag yourself this evening, man. Take us back through the action last week as you were able to park it up here on the front straightaway.
Me and Nick, we went to a ton of work trying to get our setups dialed here with Enemy Consulting. Speeder usually has me hooked up, but Nick's been helping me get that much better. I usually don't do good in league, so to run second was pretty cool. Got a good pill draw, so that helped me out a lot. But No, the Cha Cha Real Smooth Media rocket ship was digging, that's for sure.
Absolutely, was definitely digging out there. You're all over the back bumper of Skylar Pruitt, trying to figure out a way to get around him, trying to figure a way to get to the front of the field here. Unfortunately, not enough time out there for you as he was able to hit those restarts perfectly, and obviously having them, lap after lap after lap and edging closer and closer to that checkered flag. You just didn't have enough time to really get yourself hooked up and wired up there and being able to make that move late in the race and trying to get around him as you had to settle in for second place as you still had a lot of very tough competition back there behind you, but definitely, maybe a little bit of a downfall from what you were hoping for. Obviously, you want to be up in victory lane, but you got to be pretty happy with the outcome of a second place run here with so many great talented drivers back there behind you.
Oh yeah, I couldn't have complained at all. It felt so good to get up there finally. First week I finished like 19th, and then I had a big old 24th to 7th run. I felt pretty good about that. So coming to second, and I wasn't very good last week to say much. I mean, Skylar pulled me like none other. So I think I improved a little bit this week, and I should have something for him. But hopefully I just got some luck on my side with fill draw and such.
Absolutely, pill draw and a little bit of luck goes a long way here in these races. You had both of them last week, looking to try to recreate it, maybe get one spot better and park yourself up into victory lane here this evening. Jason, who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong performance last weekend and for this week as well if we don't see you back up here in the broadcast booth?
I got to thank Speed Ranch E-Setups, Enemy Consulting with Nick Ely. Running second in points currently in the 15E. Cha Cha Real Smooth Media, the company I run in real life and on the sim for photos and videos. Pit Lizard Towing and Recovery, Dalen's Tire Dope, Schlonghorn Chassis, DNL Racing, Team Elite. Got to give a huge thank to those guys. Heatwave Visual Sunglasses, Dirt Shirts USA, C4 Edits, Redline Design Company, Jacob does amazing work with my wraps. Who else? Finish Line Body and Paint. A couple others I'm probably forgetting, but yeah.
Beauty, well, Jason, good luck. Have fun out there, and congratulations again on your second place run last week.
All right, thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our second place finisher last week. We're going to quickly pull in our third place finisher, Braden Carter in. Hey, Braden, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker Broadcasting booth. Take a copy.
Yeah, I got you.
Braden, man, a great run and a great race last week. You were able to find your way up inside the top five, slowly but surely work yourself into that third position. You were able to drive that car home in a podium spot last Monday. Unfortunately, I had internet connection issues, but you were able to figure yourself out there, find some speed out of that CSC machine, and park yourself up here in position number 3, man. Take us back through that race, and how does it feel to be up here in that third position?
Yeah, man, it feels great. I messed with my setup a little bit. Running third last week definitely showed that what I did, the setup definitely made me improve my driving. Definitely a good competition. We had Chase and Skylar. He was gapping us for a little bit there. I think the lowest I dropped that race is 5th. I believe I started 3rd. Yeah, I won Heat 3. I was up front all race, felt good after adjusting the setup. Like I said, it just felt good to finally have that speed I had. I'm in Heat 1, so I'm out of grid here, but it was a good race for sure.
Absolutely. Well, Brandon, good luck out there on the racetrack. Quick shout-outs here for a great run and a great performance last week, and we're looking to recreate it here this week as well.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our third place finisher last week, Braden Carter. Is Braden coming home here in position number 3 last Monday in our race as, man, a great run and a great drive there for that 5 ride as we see him out there on the racetrack starting in the 7th position here in heat race number 1 as we'll get these drivers unloaded and ready to rock and roll for heat race number 1 here this evening as drivers out there on the racetrack. Each and every one of them is going to be looking for the checkered flag here today. And starting on the pole in the 71 ride, it is that mid-state number 71 of Michael Thompson. His outside, it's the 37 ride, the Hot Lap Heroes ride of Brandon Marlowe. Jeremiah Johnson and Chasen Luther, they're in 3rd and 4th, and Dylan Lear and Jacob Lassiter there in row number 3. Tristan Sykes and Braden Carter there in row 4 with Matt George. In the 9 ride of Dane Lloyd, Danny Dane bringing up the rear of the field as we are quickly green flag racing here once again for the Hometown Hero Series, live from the beautiful Volusia Speedway Park. As we are back in action, it's Brandon Marlowe out in front looking to use that outside lane at the front row to his advantage here, and he is quickly out in front. That Tinker Hot Lap Heroes Crow trucking ride out in front leading the way. Jeremiah Johnson right up into position number 2, but here comes Tristan Sykes making some early moves here as that Black Diamond Mafia number 99 ride almost up into position number 2 as he works underneath that Majula Say Speed Shop number 17 of Jeremiah Johnson. Michael Thompson trying to hang on here to that 4th position, as I do believe once again top 4 will transfer through. Everybody else will be headed to the consolation races as Michael Thompson up into the fence, hard into the wall. Caution flag is going to fly as Thompson takes his car down pit side. The Napa Auto Parts pole sitter here this evening having some issues there, and unfortunately hard contact into that outside fence. Let's see if we can get another look at what happened here. Hard race. You see Braden Carter, Jacob Lassiter both right on top of him there, and little contact is getting bent out of shape there as he gets into the 51 ride of Jacob Lassiter down low, and then just unfortunately the car does not get set coming into the corner here and just makes that contact and goes up the racetrack here. The car just will not turn, and unfortunately he's going to slide all the way up the track and hard into this outside fence as the Mid-State Golf Carts number 71 going to make some heavy contact right here as the Victory Performance ride not having the performance it was hoping for here this evening in heat race number 1 as our pole sitter running into some issues, but that will give the race lead to it's actually Jason Luther out in front here, but for some reason I do not see Jason out there on the racetrack. I'm not sure if he may have lost internet connection or what might have happened here to Jason, but it's not showing him even out there on the racetrack, so that's a tough break for the 00 ride. Is our 2nd place finisher to last week. Definitely not looking to recreate that one, but definitely a little extra contact there for Braden Carter. He does take the EOL here, so good smooth move out of that 5 ride. Is Brandon Marlowe going to see that green flag fly here once again in heat race number 1 as out in front Brandon Marlowe leads the way. Jeremiah Johnson right there in position number 2 is Tristan Sykes trying to hang on to 3rd as here comes Jacob Lassiter and Matt George. George looking down low here, trying to find a lane underneath of that 51 ride, trying to work himself up into the show here as here comes Braden Carter quickly marching back around the pair of 9s as Dylan Lear and Daddy Dane Lloyd back there in position number 6 and 7 as Carter up into the outside fence. No caution flag, heavy contact here for Braden Carter, and definitely not the way he wanted his evening to go, as it looks like him and Matt George gonna rub and scrub here a little bit, and unfortunately just the 23 gets tight over the nose of the 5 ride. They both wash up hard into the outside fence. Heavy damage for both of those cars as the CSC Motorsports number 5 ride heavy damage. Matt George in that Spartan Transportation Victory Sweet Victory Apparel VLR Majula Say Speed Shop ride heavy damage as well. You see that right front absolutely exploded, that tire rolling down the racetrack, and unfortunately he is down pit side here and not where he would really like to be, as we do see that caution flag fly. So we'll get another couple looks at it here. We'll jump right on board here. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a different look at the 23 ride as sends it into corner number 1. I think maybe just a little bit of slight contact really helping him straighten it out here right there. You see just that little bit of extra contact just kind of just gets into him there, and unfortunately just that contact straightens them out, washes them both right up the racetrack and hard into that outside fence, and it happens quickly here. And then once you get into the fence here at Volusia Speedway, can tear your car apart in a quick hurry. It's See that whole tire assembly just washing down the racetrack there, and definitely not what Matt George was hoping to see, but definitely a tough break there for him and Braden Carter, as we will get him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing here. Heat race number 1. Gonna come to a close here with not a lot of drivers left out there on the racetrack, as we do see Jason Luther rejoin the field here. So good to see Jason back out there. Unfortunately, I do believe he is going to be scored a few laps down, and unfortunately for the Cha-Cha Real Smooth car, he's going to be deep in the field, but he's looking to maybe try to leapfrog a couple other drivers that had some issues there in that last caution flag. Yo, Sarcy Hopkins coming in, showing the love. How are you, Sarcy? Sarcy with the like and the share on the stream. Logan Johnson with that heart reaction, as we are back to green flag racing. Quickly, Brandon Marlowe back onto the lap pedal as a Hot Lap Heroes 37 ride, looking to be the hometown hero once again here this evening. We saw him pick up the win in week number 1. I do believe still holding on to the top spot here in the championship. I could be wrong, but definitely a good run here bound to happen for that 37 ride, as Brandon Marlowe out in front trying to hold him off, looking to try to pick up the checkered flag here in heat race number 1. Jeremiah Johnson hanging on to second as Tristan Sykes there in third, as the 51 ride of Jacob Lassiter down to his inside, as Lassiter looking to work himself up into position number 3 here, trying to get himself a little bit closer to the front row, as we do see the that was the checkered flag to fly here. So Brandon Marlowe, Jeremiah Johnson, Tristan Sykes, and Jacob Lassiter, our top 4 here in heat race number 1, as we'll get ready here for heat race number 2. Yo, Sarcy, I miss you as well, my girl. It's been forever, hasn't it? Hasn't it been forever, my girl? It's good to see you, though, up here in the chat showing some love. Yo, Kale Smith coming in with that like on the stream. Stacy Benton coming in with that like as well. Nate Walker, Roxanne Jones, Jacob Stefanski all coming in with the reaction. CSC Motorsports with that share. Mama Bear Susie Dickinson coming back in, showing the love. Dylan Murray with the like and the share. Tyler Burrow coming in with the like. Braden Carter, Skylar Pruitt all coming in, showing the love with the reactions, as I'm well, though. How are you? I am always good, Sarcy. I'm always good, especially when I get to see you up in the chat. Did you watch the solar eclipse? Because I did. Yes, I caught the solar eclipse. It was quite spectacular, to say the least. It was absolutely amazing. It was absolutely beautiful. If you guys didn't get to experience the totality of it, you guys are missing out. You'll have to travel for the next couple, but I do believe the next one that goes across the USA is like August 12th of 2045. So you got a little time to wait before the next one, as we get ready for our second race, our second heat race here of the evening, as Bobby Murray and Landon Price on the front row here. A pair of Black Diamond Mafia rides, and another one right there with them. That is Dylan Murray and Ty Dickinson in the E&D Farms 09 Laser Engraving Papa Mike Promotions ride right there, getting bounced around a little bit, as here comes Nicholas Ely, Tanner Euling, Skylar Pruitt, last week's winner, Logan Johnson right there as well. The HRE machine there in the 8th position. Tyler Burrow and Nate Walker bringing up the rear of the field here in the number 56 here this evening. As that, oh, contact up into the fence goes to that 56 of Nate Walker. So doesn't Tyler Burrow. Burrow turned around here, trying to get that TAC 3 number 35 ride pointed back in the right direction. Unfortunately, no caution flag is out in front. It's Bobby Murray hanging on here and holding down the forward as the Volusia Speed Shop. Black Diamond Mafia number 1 ride out in front. He's got a pair of teammates back there behind him, as Landon Price right down to his inside in that 27 ride. Here comes Dylan Murray, as Murray there in position number 3. Nicholas Ely with some pretty good front end damage here on the 15 ride, as the Gears Unlimited KBM machine rolling out there on the racetrack in that 4th and final transfer spot. Tanner Euling there in position number 5 with Skylar Pruitt back in that 6th position. Logan Johnson, Nate Walker rounding out our top 8 here, as Walker definitely has some pretty good right rear damage on that ride, missing that rear wing as well. Definitely not a lot of downforce there for the rear tires, as we do see Ty Dickinson also take his car down pit side, as well as Ty ran into some issues out here on the racetrack. We'll take a look and see what happens to Ty Dickinson. Is a little 3 wide here. Him and Skylar Pruitt, Logan Johnson all get tied up together, unfortunately, for the E&D Farms 09 Laser Engraving Black Diamond Mafia ride. He has some heavy front end damage. He's able to work that car back down pit side, though, and unfortunately that puts him deep in the field. That's out in front. Bobby Murray. Sun and Moon are starting to align here once again this evening, as it's a total eclipse here for Dylan's daddy, number 1, the Black Diamond Mafia Papa Mike Promotions ride of Bobby Murray, looking to pick up heat race win number 2 on the evening. Landon Price, though, all over his back bumper. Dylan Murray just a little farther back there in third, and Nicholas Ely rounding out our top 4 as Bobby Murray for the final time down through quarter number 3. Nice and easy out of quarter number 4. They drag race to the line, though. It's still Bobby Murray picking up heat race win number 2 on the evening. Price, Murray, Dylan Murray, and Nicholas Ely are top 4 here, as Ewing, Pruitt, Johnson, Walker, Burrow, and Dickinson bringing up the rear of the field, as we are going to skip our consolation race. Everybody is going to make it into the show. Nobody is going to miss out on the action here this evening. They're all going to make their way into the feature event. No one's getting sent home early. Everyone is going to get a chance to pick up the checkered flag here this evening. But give it up there for Bobby Murray picking up the checkered flag in heat race number 2. A great run and a great drive there from that Black Diamond Mafia number 1 ride. Cersei says, let's go Ty, cheered on Ty, and unfortunately, my luck on dirt, says Ty Dickinson. My luck on dirt. I think your luck on iRacing, let alone just dirt, is pretty astronomically awful and unfortunate for yourself there, Ty. As Ripper Burke says, let's go Bobby, cheered on Bobby there as he picked up a big win there, as Black Diamond Mafia in the house, as Ripper Burke. Yes, Sersky, Black Diamond Mafia being well represented here in this one, as get some pew-pew in. Yeah, we got to get some pew-pew in, Cersei. We got to get some pew-pew in. David says, on the sticks yet again for Nasty Nate. Starting deep here for Nasty Nate. But I'm sure we'll see him work himself up towards the front of the field. But yeah, Lucas, we got that solar eclipse. Did anyone else see that solar eclipse? You guys got photos or videos or anything else? One of our posts from earlier today, go drop it in there. Let us know your experience. Let us know, you know, what you felt out there. You know, it's kind of a bit of a crazy feeling, seeing daylight go to nighttime and seeing the sun and moon out there together, and just such a beautiful thing, man. Seeing the ring, seeing the you know, all of it was just so perfect. It was an amazing thing to watch and see, and you know, could possibly be a once in a lifetime thing to ever see something like that. So I'm glad I got that, and I'm glad I got to see that. That was absolutely amazing. Bummer, man, you held the line. Nothing you can do about that. Yeah, it's just good, tough racing out there, Cal. Good, tough racing. Unfortunately, sometimes things just do not go the way you want them to out there on the racetrack. It's Connor New cheering on Jeremiah Johnson. How are you, Connor? Mr. New coming in, showing the love here in this one as well. Logan Johnson says, let's go HRE Sim Sports, as he's looking to have himself a good run here this evening. I should have pulled the tarp off the 26 tonight. Garrett Marshall, check your messenger. Yeah, Garrett Marshall, check your messenger right now. What in the world are you doing? You should have pulled the tarp off. You should have pulled her out of the weeds. You should have hooked her up to the tow truck and just dragged her here to the racetrack to let her go. Bobby with the motherfucking dub, he says, Ty Dickinson says. Oh, yes, sir. The mother fluffing dub right there for Bobby in this one. River Burke with the like on the stream. Jeremiah Johnson coming in with that like as well. Lucas Dublin coming in with that like as well. I probably murdered that last name. As David Cannon with the like as well. Sarcy with that like and share. Kel Smith, Stacy, Nate, Roxanne, everyone coming in showing the love with the reactions. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button if you're watching over on YouTube. Hit the join button today, become a member over there on the YouTube channel, or the subscribe button on Facebook and Twitch, and become part of the exclusive PeaceMaker Sub Club or Members Club here today, as of course Facebook and YouTube and everything else can't can't work together and have the same words for the same meaning on each end. They got to make it all different for us and make it a little bit tougher for the people that multi-stream is. Fletchel says she's about rusted out. She's about rusted out. Old girl might run mid-pack at best. You know what? Hey, as long as you have fun out there, that's all that matters, Matty. That's all that matters, brother, is that you have some fun out there on the racetrack and you get to enjoy some great racing action. That's all that matters. As we'll get ready to go green flag racing here in just a few short moments, we'll get ready to jump right into the action here. I'm going to get a quick drink in, and then we're going to get right in to our A-Main feature event that's about to come here in just a few more moments. Alrighty, as our warm-up session has come to a close, we'll get ready to rock and roll here. Our A-Main feature event about to get underway as these drivers get loaded into the sim, each and every one of them. Looking for the win here this evening. Unfortunately, only one driver can pick up the checkered flag here in this one. And starting on the pole, the driver with the best chance and the best look at it here out of the front windshield to start this race. It's our pole sitter, the Crow Trucking Hot Lap Heroes, and number 37 ride, that is Brandon Marlowe. To his outside in the Black Diamond Mafia Volusia Speed Shop number 1 machine, that is Bobby Murray there in that second position. As down inside of row number 2 is the Volusia Speed Shop Team CFM Esports number 17 of Jeremiah Johnson. To his outside in the New Wave Designs Black Diamond Mafia number 27, that is Landon Price starting in position number 4. Starting in that 5th position in the 99X, it's another one of those Black Diamond Mafia rides. That is the Volusia Speed Machine. That is the 99X of Tristan Sykes. To his outside in the 3 ride, the Pop Mine Promotions Sweet Tea Gang Black Diamond Mafia Volusia Speed Shop ride, that is Dylan Murray. Starting in position number 7 in the 51 is the Hot Lap Heroes ride of Jacob Lassiter. He's got the Gears Unlimited number 15. The Enemy Sim Sports ride, that is Nicholas Ely. Tanner Euling in the 9 ride of Dylan Lear make up row number 5, and rounding out our top 10 is that Black Diamond Mafia Victory Lane Racing number 9 machine. There on the bottom side of row number 5, he's got that 58 to his outside. Then we see Daddy Dane Lloyd there in position number 11. He's got last week's winner in the Black Diamond Mafia number 96 ride, Skylar Pruitt, to his outside. Braden Carter, our 3rd place finisher from last week, back there starting in the 13th position as Logan Johnson. Nate Walker, Jason Luther, our 2nd place finisher last week, Tyler Burrow, Matt George, Michael Thompson, and Ty Dickinson in the Black Diamond Mafia 09 Laser Engraving 67 ride. Rounding out the field as we end all the anticipation with our feature presentation, we are quickly green flag racing here once again with the Hometown Hero Series live from Volusia Speedway Park. Bobby Murray out in front looking to lead lap number 1, and he's going to get her done as Bobby Murray out in front. Brandon Marlowe right there in tow, trying to figure out a way to get that 37 right to the front of the field. Some contact! Hang on to it! Bobby Murray's going to go around. Bobby Murray going around here at the front of the field, and our front row may have just taken each other out. Bobby Murray, heavy damage here on that Papa Mike Promotions ride, and unfortunately he's going to have to take that down pit sign to get some repairs done to it. And unfortunately, Yeah, admins may be making a difficult call here as the 37 ride may get some unfortunate contact here with them right there. And, oh, man, just unfortunate break there as the 37 ride just sideways coming out of corner number 4 here. Let's see if we can get another angle at it, just a little bit of a different one. As you see him sideways basically coming out of quarter number 2, and then there's a whole head of steam for Brandon Marlowe. Unfortunately gets underneath him, gets a little contact, and helps that one ride down the racetrack where he makes hard contact with that inside wall, bounces around a couple times. Unfortunately, heavy damage. There goes that front bumper right in front of Dylan Lear and Jason Luther there as they get a little piece of that. But heavy damage for the one. He's going to get that car repaired and back out onto the racetrack. And luckily enough, looks like Brandon Marlowe not going to get sent to the rear of the field here. So maybe a race maker or breaker here with the decision call coming out of the admin here to decide whether or not that 37 ride gets the boot to the back or if he stays here at the front of the field in that capital 37 ride. Michael Dickinson coming in with that heart reaction. How are you, Michael? Coming in, showing the love. I don't know if it's Papa Mike or our brother Mike, but whichever Michael Dickinson it is, I appreciate you coming in, showing the love with that heart reaction. Roxanne Jones says, let's go. Braden Carter cheered on Braden out there on the racetrack. He's got some work to do, but slowly but surely trying to work himself up through the field. As you see Braden there in the 12th position here on the restart. Nate Walker in the 56 ride. What does that say? Mom Dig Mafia? Is that what that says? Mom Dig Mafia there for the 56 ride. As he's starting back in that 13th position on the racetrack. It is Papa Mike in the house. Okay. Papa Mike in the house here in this one as Brandon Marlowe out in front sees that green flag fly. Marlowe looking at trying to open up a lead here as Landon Price still in Murray. The 99X of Tristan Sykes trying to work himself up to the front of the field, and so isn't Jeremiah Johnson. Jeremiah Johnson up there on the high side trying to roll the outside lane as we are going to see our second caution flag fly. Max Dig Mafia, I appreciate that. I wasn't sure if that said Mom Dig Mafia or Max Dig Mafia. It looks like Mom Dig Mafia. Well, definitely looks like Mom. Does that not look like Mom? I guess it says Mom and then Max Dig Mafia. I guess it's MDM. Not Mom, but it looks like Mom on the side of it. I know Stacy's always in here cheering him on, so, you know, you can see where I would think that. So we will take a look here as the caution flag does come back out. We will take a look to see what happened here to bring out yet again another caution flag, because it looks like Dylan Lear, Tyler Burrow, and Tanner Euling all having some issues out here on the racetrack. We'll see if we can get a look at it here as looks like a good run down the back straightaway. Looks like Lear just sends it in there a little bit too deep. Gets a piece of that 58 ride. Spins him around over to go for Tyler Burrow as he drives right into that one. Nowhere for him to go out there on the racetrack. It's some pretty good contact there as well. Also goes around, and that's what will bring out our second caution flag here of this feature event. As see a good look at it right here. The 9 right in front of this 35 just sends it in there a little bit too deep. Makes contact with the 58 ride and sends both around, and around goes Burrow there getting a piece of that one. Doesn't look like too much damage here for him, but unfortunate break getting collected in that one as we are quickly back to green flag racing as the green flag back out into the air here. As Brandon Marlowe out in front, Dylan Murray right there in position number 2. Tristan Sykes now into 3rd here as Landon Price there in position number 4. Here comes Jacob Lassiter as Lassiter and Ely all over the back bumper of the 15 ride is. All right. 2 cop cars going by the house. Oh my gosh. That's an interesting one. Something going on the res, that's for certain. Res life, baby, res life. As the caution flag coming back out here in this one. We'll take a look at it and see what happened. Looks like Ty Dickinson possibly getting tied up here in another wreck here as 67 ride just trying to roll around the middle side of the racetrack. Looks like contact there to his outside, and unfortunately, that's some pretty heavy contact right there for Ty Dickinson. We played that way too quick. Backwards there. Let's see if we can slow this down just a little bit as Ty just trying to work himself nice and easily back up through the field here then. contact, if we can get a good look at it here, we see some contact coming out of the high side. We'll get a look right here. It looks like the 71 ride. Unfortunately, going to make some contact here with the 35, but Tyler Burrow just shoves the front nose of Burrow down into the right rear of Ty Dickinson, which just sends him straight up into the outside wall. Nowhere to go here for Bobby Murray, as Bobby getting a big piece of that one. Tanner Ewing just barely avoiding it, but unfortunately for Ty Dickinson, some heavy contact. There goes that front bumper. There goes the E&T Farms logo on that Black Diamond Mafia Papa Mike Promotion 09 laser engraving ride, as that was a pretty heavy hit. Some pretty serious contact here for Ty Dickinson, and definitely not the way he wanted his evening to go here tonight, as that was a vicious hit right there. A lot of loop-de-loops there, and he may be a little dizzy there behind the wheel, as we'll get him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to Green Flag Racing here in this one, as Brandon Marlowe out in front sees the lights turned off, the official iRacing base truck, and we'll get ready to go back to battle here in this one, as out in front, Brandon Marlowe continuing to lead the way, continuing to show these guys how to get it done, and he's looking to try to pick up checkered flag number 2 here in the series, but he's got a lot of fast cats back there behind him as he's trying to play a little bit of cat and mouse here on the restart, trying to keep all these drivers guessing back there behind him to help give himself the advantage on those restarts, and he's making it count here as he's out in front, continuing to lead the way. Dylan Murray trying to hang on to position number 2 now, as Murray has Tristan Sykes, Landon Bryce all over him here, as Sykes down low looking to try to jump up into position number 2 here. He gets a little contact there from that 27 ride. Is there 3 wide back there behind him? 3 wide is way up on the top shelf. Here comes that 5 ride of Braden Carter, as we do see the caution flag fly. Caution flag will come back out here as Braden Carter putting it up on the top shelf, trying to make that extreme high side work. Almost paid off for him, as unfortunately the caution flag will fly. We'll take a look back, as it looks like Daddy Dane Lloyd running into some issues out here on the racetrack, as got Nate Walker right there with him. Just looks like things got a little tight there, and unfortunately just 3 wide upside down goes that 9 ride, and Skylar Pruitt collected in it as well. Last week's winner getting tied up in this one. An interesting one right here. We'll take another look at it. Danny Dane just looks like a little 3 wide. Unfortunately, I don't think Skylar Pruitt realized. Tries to send it in there. Tail comes up into the 56 and over the nose of him and up the racetrack, and unfortunately nowhere to go for Dane Lloyd. Then Lloyd goes upside down, a wild ride and a big hit for the 56 ride as well, or 58 ride, as Tanner Ewing gets a piece of him right there, and tough contact and tough hit for Dane Lloyd, as we'll jump right on board here with Lloyd and see what he can see here from the cockpit of this number 9 machine, as he goes for a wild one down in quarter number 3 and 4, as sure he was not expecting this. Definitely not the ride you want to take. That is definitely not a fun roller coaster for that number 9 machine, as he will take his car, unfortunately, down pit side for some heavy, extensive work done to it, as we'll get these drivers stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. Single file restarts here, as out in front, Brandon Marlowe, he loves to see that, as it gives a little less pressure to his back bumper here, gives him a little bit more opportunity to try to catch one driver sleeping here, and that's the 99X right there behind him with Tristan Sykes. He does catch him off guard a little bit there. A good jump out of that 37 ride, as Brandon Marlowe out in front. Tristan Sykes right there in position number 2. Dylan Murray there in third, as Landon Bryce trying to take a look underneath of him for that 3rd spot, as here comes Jacob Lassiter and Nicholas Ely, as Ely right there in position number 6, trying to work himself inside the top 5 here, as here comes Braden Carter. Right now, one of our hard chargers, is Carter up 6 spots on the racetrack, finds himself here in position number 7, but he's got a rear view mirror full of Jeremiah Johnson, as Johnson all over his back bumper here, and now he's got another Johnson right there with him, as they're going to go a little 3 wide back here for position number 7 on the racetrack. As here comes Logan Johnson poking his nose into that battle, as well as the HRE number 92 ride, trying to work himself up towards the top 5, and oh baby, Hang on to it. Oh, hang on to it. Jacob Lassiter up into the outside fence. Lassiter going to go around here, and the caution flag will fly once again as the Hot Lap Heroes 51 ride some heavy contact here. He's trying to get this car to turn, and it does not want to, as some heavy extensive damage there for Jacob Lassiter, as we will take a look back and see what happened here to him, as we were watching that contact right there behind these guys, contact in front of them, as 51 ride trying to work himself up into that second or third spot on the racetrack here, and just unfortunately gets a little contact into the 3 ride, gets a little bent out of shape, and then Ely nowhere to go, kind of right there, just wrong place, wrong time, gets a piece of him, helps him up the racetrack, hard up into that outside fence, and a tough break right there for Jacob Lassiter, having a great run inside the top 5, and definitely not how he wanted the evening to go, and definitely not how he wanted this one to get finished off, as he'll try to rebound and try to work himself back to the front of the field, but that's easier said than done. And just right there, gets a piece of that 3 ride, and then just gets bent out of shape, has to check up, and lost some momentum, sends him in front of the 15 ride, and nowhere to go for Ely, as he's just trying to roll through the corner and then do that heavy damage. This 51 car just does not want to turn at all. The brakes might turn it just a little bit, but lots of front end damage as he takes it down pit side, and he'll have to try to get that car repaired and back out onto the racetrack. As we got him stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing here once again. Brandon Marlowe continuing to lead the way, as Tristan Sykes, Dylan Murray back there in the second and third position. They will get ready to go back to battle here in just a few more moments, as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. We'll be jumping right on board here with Landon Price, as we're going to jump on board with this 27 ride, and we're going to jump into a quick little PeaceMaker Gaming crank it up here on this restart. You'll get a good look here from the 27. Let's see if we can get a little clearer of a scheme here. There we go. That's not too bad. Most of the okay, no, he's going to get some more mud onto his windshield here. So does an Ely. We'll see if we can find a window to see through here. That's not too bad. There you go. Jump on board with Braden Carter here for the restart. As you can see out the windshield here and out of the visor cam of this number 5 ride, as we will go back to green flag racing. We will get ready to go back to battle, and we will crank it up here on PeaceMaker Gaming. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite drivers. We crank it up here on PeaceMaker Gaming. Alrighty, is the caution flag going to fly here once again in our Peacemaker Gaming Crank It Up session here. We will take a look back and see what happened here yet again as another caution flag is going to fly on the racetrack. This time looks like Matt George and Bobby Murray possibly having some issues. Out here on the racetrack is Matt George in this 23 ride. It looks like he may get up into the outside fence right here. Unfortunately, hard contact there that just flips the one ride of Bobby Murray, putting Murray hard into that outside wall as well. Heavy damage for both those drivers, and definitely not the way they wanted things to go here for each other this evening, as that's some pretty heavy contact there for Matt George. Heavy hit there for the one ride, as well as our outside of the front row drive for the one ride of Bobby Murray, who picked up heat race win number 2. Definitely not how his feature event wanted to go here, as he was looking for a good run and a good drive, and definitely things have taken a turn for the worse here for that one machine, and definitely not the way he wanted things to be worked out. As out in front, Brandon Marlowe continue to lead the way here. Marlowe leads the way with Tristan Sykes, Dylan Murray still there in second and third. Landon Price there in fourth with Jeremiah Johnson, Braden Carter, Nicholas Ely, Logan Johnson, Tyler Burrow, and Nate Walker rounding out our top 10 here in this one, as we will get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing. As right now, Tyler Burrow, driver with a bit of a hard charge here in this one, up 9 positions, sitting in that 9th spot on the racetrack. Started in the 18th position, now up inside the top 10. Did get collected in an early race issue, and he's got that black diamond ride rolling towards the front of the field, as the beautiful number 35 ride looking to try to work himself closer and closer to the front of the field, as the TAC 3 VLR Volusia Speed Shop ride trying to work himself to the front of the pack, but he's got a lot of tough competition right there in front of him. As out in front, Brandon Marlowe looking to try to pick up checkered flag number 2 here on the season, trying to get this Crow Trucking Capital Hot Lap Heroes 37 ride up into victory lane here at Volusia Speedway Park for the second time here in the series, as nice and easy down at corner number 4. Back to double file restarts here. So Brandon Marlowe quickly back onto the lap pedal, catching these drivers sleeping just ever so slightly. Able to open up a little bit of a lead here and give himself a little bit of breathing room out there on the racetrack, as Tristan Sykes about a car length back down through 3 and 4, trying to reel him in, as it is a hornet's nest back there behind these two once again. We saw this last time during our Crank It Up, that the front 2 drivers, Brandon Marlowe, Tristan Sykes, able to get single file in a quick hurry, and then it was absolute on like Donkey Kong back there behind them. Landon Price has worked himself up into position number 3 here. Dylan Murray there in 4th, trying to hold on to that 4th position, as the 17 and Jeremiah Johnson all over his back bumper. Braden Carter right there in the picture, so is in the Gears Unlimited number 15 ride of Nicholas Ely right there as well. The 35 ride of Tyler Burrow now up into the 8th position, but he's got Logan Johnson still down to his inside, and Skylar Pruitt trying to work himself up inside the top 10 here. Last week's winner trying to work himself towards the front of the field after getting tied up in an early race incident here, as he's worked himself around Nate Walker, pushing Walker back outside the top 10. Tanner Euling right there in 12th with Jason Luther there in 13th. Jacob Lasker back in that 14th position with Danny Dane Lloyd there in 15th. Ty Dickinson, Matt George, Dylan Lear, Michael Thompson, and Bobby Murray bringing up the rear of the field here in this one. Is out in front, battle for the lead. Here comes the 99. Tristan Sykes taking a look down low, looking for the lead here. He battles door to door with that 37 ride of Brandon Marlowe. Still lots of laps left to go here in this one. Lots of time for these drivers to make some moves to try to work themselves to the front of the field here. Brandon Marlowe trying to hold them off. Tristan Sykes, though, looking to try to do everything he can to get to the front of the field, as unfortunately the caution flag is going to fly here once again. Looks like Ty Dickinson, Matt George going to come together here down the back straightaway into corner number 3 here possibly. As Dye sends it in up on the high side. Looks like he may get a little helping hand there from his teammate as the 9 rider Dylan Lear gets him sideways. Nowhere to go for Matt George as he drives into the side of that 67 ride, and that will bring the caution flag right back out as we'll jump on board here with this 23 ride and take a look here from his perspective. Woo! Hang on to it. Definitely not the sight you want to see, is seeing that driver's side door coming right at you. There is, unfortunately, for Ty Dickinson parked there basically right in the middle of the racetrack in front of that 23 ride, as we will stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to green flag racing here in a few short moments. It looks like we're going to get one more lap around as the lights are, no, lights are off the official iRacing pace truck, so we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing. Zero drive, says Nate Walker. Oh, brother, that is the worst case scenario. Having zero drive, not being able to put that power down and be able to pull guys, especially down these straightaways or through the corners, and being able to pick off those spots is definitely a tough place to be in. Just trying to, manage what you got, trying to keep yourself pointing in the right direction out of trouble, and just try to scave away and get yourself a good run here on the evening is definitely what the best case scenario that you could hope for here. Maybe some issues in front of you to open up the door to get a few more spots as we are back to green flag racing here quickly in this one. It's Brandon Marlowe out in front. Tristan Sykes trying to hang on to position number 2 now as Landon Price taking a look down to his inside. 2, almost 3 wide back there behind him is Braden Carter, now working himself up inside the top 5 as he works to the inside here of the 3 rider Dylan Murray, as Dylan Murray trying to hold on to position number 4. That number 5 ride right there, ready to bounce. Here comes the 15 and Nicholas Ely into that picture as well, as Ely trying to work himself also inside the top 5. Here's a dogfight once again behind our race leader and Brandon Marlowe. One mistake, one slip up could cost you this feature event, as these drivers are hanging right there with them, not letting them run away, not letting them get farther and farther out, as we do see Logan Johnson in the 92 ride gonna go around, and the caution flag will come back out here. A tough break for this number 92 ride down through corner number 3 and 4 as he's gonna go for a quick little spill, and unfortunately that will bring the caution flag back out, as it looks like possibly a little help there from the 56 ride of Nate Walker. Unfortunately just gets in and underneath the 92 ride, and around goes Logan Johnson, and the caution flag will fly here once again. So we'll stack them up, rack them up, get ready to go back to green flag racing here in a few short moments, as we'll get a quick word in here from our sponsors over at Scary Strokes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, anyone that's in the area, make sure you check out Scary Strokes. Drop them a like and a follow over on Facebook. And if anyone wants to make the trip, this is definitely a place to go. Look at everything Scary Strokes has to offer.
Strokes, where fun meets fright, where every experience transports you to a world of fun. Play 18 holes of blacklight minigolf in ancient Egypt, a haunted house, and beyond the grave. Step inside our virtual reality arena, where you take control of video games and virtual worlds. Battle robots, shoot zombies, and compete against your friends. Roll your next birthday with our VIP party pack. Our party pros are ready to entertain you with a fright fest you'll never forget. Perfect for an action-packed date night full of flirty fun. Our state-of-the-art arcade has the latest games with the coolest prizes. Be sure to feast on some tasty morsels in the Graveyard Grill. So come on, bring your ghoulish gang over to Scary Strokes, where every experience matters. Welcome to Scary Strokes, where fun meets fright, where every experience transports you to a world of fun.
Alrighty, as we are back to green flag racing here in this one quickly. Brandon Marlowe back onto the lap pedal here, looking to try to open up that lead by. Here comes the 27 ride. Down through corner number 3 and out of corner number 4, we get a new race leader. Here at Volusia Speedway Park, it's Landon Price out in front of the 27 ride, finding a way around that 37 ride and getting himself to the front of the field. Brandon Marlowe now off defense, has to go into offense to look to try to get this race lead back away from Landon Price. As Tristan Sykes right there in that third spot. Nicholas Ely now into fourth as Dylan Murray. Skylar Pruitt now up into sixth as Jacob Lassiter right there to his inside. The 5 ride of Brayden Carter right there in that battle with Tyler Burrow and Jason Luther there, as well as drivers slowly but surely working themselves to the front of the field, and things are getting exciting here at Volusia Speedway Park. Is the 27 ride of Landon Price is able to jump up and take this race lead away late in this one, as some more 3 wide racing up into the wall goes Skylar Pruitt. Pruitt hard into the fence here. There's the caution flag. Someone's missing a tire out there on the racetrack, possibly this number 96 ride of Skylar Pruitt, as that's definitely not what Pruitt wanted to see, as he is working himself possibly up inside the top 5 here. Goes 3 wide for position number 4. Unfortunately, no room up there. Gets up into the outside fence. Heavy damage here for him, and unfortunately for Skylar Pruitt, he's going to take that car down pit side and off the racetrack here in last week's winner, not having the outcome he was hoping for in this one, as he takes that car down behind the wall and up onto the trailer. Heavy damage here for him in this one, as we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing. And as they scored it there across the line, Landon Price out in front. Tristan Sykes now into position number 2. So it's a Black Diamond Mafia 1 and 2 here at the front of the field. Brandon Marlowe there in third. Dylan Murray in fourth. And Nicholas Ely rounding out our top 5. So we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button, as we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing here in just a few more moments. And there's not a lot of laps left here. These drivers to make something happen. One of these drivers is going to be making a move, some big moves here, possibly being thrown out there on the racetrack. And definitely not what I'm sure Brandon Marlowe was expecting. And that's a pair of drivers working themselves around him there on that last run. And he finds himself now out of a comfort zone here, as he's been out in front all evening long, but now finds himself back in that third position. Now having to play a little bit of cat and mouse, trying to play some catch up here, trying to work himself back to the front of the field. So we'll get ready to see how it all plays out, as Landon Price and Tristan Sykes 1 and 2 are going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. A single file restarts here again as the lights are off the official iRacing pace truck. We'll get ready to go back to green flag racing. Green flag back out into the air here. A good jump for that 27 right of Landon Price's Price. Leads the way nice and easy down through corner 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Tristan Sykes hanging right there with them as they're trying to open up a bit of a gap between the two teammates. Right here, right now, as they head across the line, they got about 0.6 of a second between themselves and our third place driver, Brandon Marlowe. Marlowe now under fire as the 3 right of Dylan Murray high up the racetrack there, but gets a great run down the back straightaway as that 37 ride really starting to fade away. Here comes Brayden Carter, here comes Nicholas Ely into that picture as well. A little bit of 3, almost 4 wide here for position number 3 on the racetrack as they battle door to door here at the front of the field. Tristan Sykes now working to the inside of Landon Price for the top spot. As down across the line, we get a new race leader. Tristan Sykes jumps up and takes that race lead away from that 27 machine. Landon Price still looking to battle strong here on the outside, continue to keep him down low, trying to keep himself in that top spot. As down across the line, he's going to take that race lead back away. So Price and Sykes continue to battle here for the top spot as Nicholas Ely working down low underneath of the 3 machine of Dylan Murray. Murray, though, getting some great runs and some great speed here in that third spot now as it's Black Diamond Mafia 1, 2, and 3 as the white flag has been displayed one more time around. Here for the 99 and the number 27 of Landon Price's Price for the final time down through corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. It's Landon Price who's going to pick up the checker flag here in the Hometown Hero Series. As the Black Diamond Mafia Majula Say Speed Shop team going 1, 2, and 3 as Landon Price picking up the win. Tristan Sykes there in second, and Dylan Murray gonna come home in position number 3. Nicholas Ely, Jacob Lassiter, Braden Carter, Tyler Burrow, Brandon Marlowe, Jason Luther, and Logan Johnson are top 10. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up here for Landon Price as Price picks up the win and parks this 27 ride up in victory lane in a 1-2-3 finish for Black Diamond Mafia here this evening. As man, oh man, what a run and what a drive for these three. As man, that was a heck of a run and a heck of a finish right there, and these guys put on one wild show. Wowzers, that was a heck of a race. We're gonna get ready to pull our top 3 in for post-race interviews here in this one as Landon Price, our race winner. We're gonna pull him up into the booth. Hey Landon, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker Broadcasting booth. Do you get a copy?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Not much. Landon, my boy, what a run, what a race. You get that 27 right up to the front of the field. You finally find a hole, find a lane, not only to get around Dylan Murray, but you find a way to get around Tristan Sykes, and then all of a sudden, you get that opportunity to make the move around Brandon Marlowe. As Marlowe was starting to struggle there late in this race, you were able to pounce, take advantage of it, and take that race lead away from him, and then you had to go to battle trying to hold it off from your teammate Tristan Sykes. As Sykes all over your back bumper down to the inside, battling door to door with you there in that final run. You're able to hold them off though and bring that 27 right up here into the Volusia Speedway victory lane. Man, take us back through this race and how you got it done and how excited you are to be up here in victory lane.
Oh man, and there's so many fast drivers in this deal. It was a blast. Tristan and Marlowe, they're fast. If you're running with them guys, even if you're on the same straightaway as them, you're doing something right. I got really lucky and found that little strip of moisture coming off of 1 and 2 right there, and that thing just rocketed. I mean, the guys were like, "What did you do? Did you hit the wall? What's going on?" I said, "I don't know, but it's working." And like I said, I just stuck it down there. And once I got to the lead, I knew Tristan was going to be tough. And I knew if I let him on the inside, it was probably going to be over. But luckily, I was able to sit there and fight him off through that. It was just a lot of fun, man. Glad I was able to, come through the field a little bit. It was fun racing with Dylan and Marlowe and all them guys. And, I know we had a few cautions tonight, but I mean, that's Volusia. It's slick. I don't want to say it was one lane because the top was still working and slider line was working as well. But, everybody migrated to the same position on the track, and you're going to have a bunch of cautions when that happens. And it was just a lot of fun, man.
Absolutely. Looked like it was a ton of fun out there as you guys were dicing it up lap after lap after lap there up to the front of the field. Obviously, a bunch of caution flags throughout the race, making things a little bit more difficult for you, trying to get those good runs, trying to keep that momentum built up, and have those caution flags have to get reset, restacked up, and have to kind of find your groove out there on the racetrack. How do you keep yourself focused? How to keep yourself, on top of your A game out there on the racetrack with, an abundance of caution flags. You got to be really, mentally focused and mentally prepared here for a longer race.
Yeah, and Marlowe's one of them guys, man. He's pretty good at restarts. I won't lie. He's good at jumping out on you. And that was a big deal, especially with the top, us guys that was running second, third, and fourth all being teammates. Usually you'll kind of, help each other and try to make sure, you're not screwing one another, I guess you'd say. But tonight, I mean, it was all bets are off. It was like, you know what? We're racing. I don't know you guys, so we just had to stay focused and, make sure we hit our marks. And as soon as you see that car bobble in front of you, you had to go. That was a big deal passing tonight too. You really had to wait for somebody to light the tires up. And, another thing I'd like to say, like Dylan, got behind him a little bit and I was like, "Oh, Dylan, quit lighting the tires up, quit lighting the tires up." And then he's driving away from me. So I don't know, man, it's the cautions. It made it more interesting in my opinion. If that would have went green, there's no telling how that race would have turned out, you know what I mean? So it's just one of them deals with iRacing that the cautions will make or break a race.
Absolutely, and that may have been the issue there for Brandon Marlowe. Obviously, a very strong car early in the race, and all it takes is, that one caution flag, and all of a sudden your tires are just gone. Either they cool down a little too much, or just something goes astray with them, and all of a sudden all that extra power, all that drive that you had can fade away in an instant. And unfortunately for Brandon Marlowe, slides all the way from leading majority of this race all the way back to the 8th spot here on the evening. Definitely not the way he wanted things to go, but the exact way you wanted things to go here this evening as you park your 27 ride up here in Victory Lane at Volusia Speedway Park. Landon, who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong performance here this evening?
Yeah, I'd like to thank CFM for the killer sets, man. We run that whole race, and I still got 77% tire left, and I was not easy on this thing. I'd like to thank Tristan Sykes for making my killer wrap. I'd like to thank Black Diamond Mafia, all the guys over there. We turned a ton of laps throughout the week, and just thankful to be able to turn laps with them guys. And I'd also like to thank my wife for watching these kids so I can do this.
Absolutely. Well, Landon, a great run, a strong performance here this evening. Hopefully, we'll see you right back up here in the broadcast booth next week for our season finale. But definitely a heck of a run and a heck of a drive here for you in this one. And definitely good to see you up here in the broadcast booth.
Thank you, Peace, and I appreciate you streaming this for everybody to watch us.
Absolutely, brother. Congratulations on the win, and hopefully many more to come and many more trips up here into the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth.
Thanks, sir.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our race winner, Landon Price. Is Price able to pick up the win and park that number 27 ride up here in Victory Lane? It's so boring. The track has been the same every week. Well, I mean, it is the HomeTown Hero Series, so I mean, the HomeTown usually means that it's one racetrack in one town, so it's in the name. And I mean, every single driver that signed up knew that it was the same racetrack every race. So, I mean, if you don't like watching it, then don't watch it. Or if you don't like racing it, then don't race it. Pretty plain and simple. It's, easy come, easy go right there, Landon. David Cannon says, such a boring racetrack to pick. I mean, the drivers all had a choice. They all had a choice to either sign up or not sign up. They all had a voice to input on what they liked or didn't like and everything else. And, I mean, consensus has been from pretty much every driver we've talked to that it's still a very fun racetrack. It's a very racy racetrack, and it's a lot of fun out there. And drivers, whether or not they have a good night or a bad night, they still end up leaving the racetrack with a smile on their face, which is exactly what they come to do, and that's what iRacing's all about. And no one's driving for $1 million or for blood, guts, and glory. It's just good racing out there, and that's all that matters. Not sure why people are bitching. I made a lot of passes on the top. Tristan and Landon drove door to door on the last 4 laps. Yeah, it was great racing action all evening long. I mean, if your driver doesn't have a good night, doesn't mean that the racing's boring or anything else. I mean, it just sucks for your driver that night. You'll have to try to help them out, get them better, figure out something, figure out the racetrack, or help them get the homework in that they may need to have a better performance or stay out of trouble or anything else throughout the next race. Exactly, Ty. All right, well, we heard from our race winner, Landon Price. We'll get ready to pull in our second place finisher here, the 99 rider, Tristan Sykes. Is Tristan coming home here in position number 2 is the 99 with a good run and a good finish here. So close to picking up the checkered flag. He sat there in that second position for pretty much 99.9% of this race, and unfortunately just could not take that lead away and hold it, but put on a very strong run and very strong race here as we'll get ready to pull in Tristan Sykes to the broadcast booth. Hey Tristan, it's Aaron up here on the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. Take a copy.
Oh, absolutely, bud. Anything for you.
Oh, brother, Tristan, man, what a run and what a race, man. As we saw you there in that second spot for pretty much the entirety of this race, as you went to work trying to figure out a way to get around Brandon Marlowe. Then late in the race, Marlowe kind of slipping up. It kind of forced you back there. It opened up the door for Landon Price to kind of get a 2-for-1 down through 3 and 4. He was able to jump up and take that race lead away. Then, didn't take you very long to get yourself back around that 37 right and into that second position once again, where you go to work now, not only trying to chase down the rank's leader, but also your teammate out there, as we saw you guys duking it out there in that last run after a couple caution flags. You were able to find a good run and a good momentum down there underneath of the 27 right. You're almost able to jump up there and steal that lead away from them. Just the bottom side didn't look like it had quite enough there for you to keep on just hitting your marks and finding the speed that you needed to complete that pass.
Yeah, and that's like I told Landon. I was just like, I saw him come off of that corner. It looked like he was shot out of a cannon. I couldn't even be mad at him. I was congratulating him for winning the race right then and there. 10 laps to go, because he found it, and I was more mad at myself for making him show me the bottom line when I knew it was probably there, and I was too chicken to go down there and do it. But he did it. He won the race. We raced side by side there. He slipped up coming off of 2 there, and I shoved my nose underneath there, and I could have really pushed the issue. I didn't want to door him to win it and everything. That's my buddy over there, and I'm not going to door him to win it. And I just couldn't really enter like I wanted to with him up there. And I wasn't going to do him dirty. But yeah, it was a good night. I had fun. I was frustrated as hell last week. Disconnected early. Threw my little bitch fit. So I'm back here again running second. I can't complain.
Absolutely, the tale of two ends right there. You know, the times that you have good runs, you love it. The times you have your bad runs, you hate it. But you got to take the good with the bad, and you take the good here tonight as you park that 99 right up on the front straightaway. And as he said, you know, you didn't really want to try to make a big move or anything else. Maybe pull a giant slider on the 27 right, especially knowing that that's your teammate, and you don't want to race that way with anybody. But obviously, it's definitely not with a teammate, and taking you both out of contention of possible, you know, a win here this evening and a 1-2-3 finish, as well as, you know, Black Diamond Mafia 1, 2, and 3 here in this one, and definitely the way you want to finish things off. Obviously, you like the roles reversed, maybe being in front of the 27 ride, but you got to give it up to Landon running such a great run and such a great race, and Dylan Murray right there behind you as well in position number 3 as you guys go 1, 2, and 3 here in this one.
Oh, absolutely, man. And like, Landon won this race when he found the bottom right there with 10 laps to go. And you know what? He rolled the dice. He pulled the trigger. He went down there, found the moisture. He won it right there. And I mean, if I would have had the you know what's to go down there a little earlier, I probably would have been speaking a different tune. But you know, I'm not griping about it. Landon won it fair and square, and you know, congratulations to him.
Absolutely, and congratulations to yourself as well. A solid second place run here in this one. Tristan, who would you like to thank for such a strong run and strong performance here this evening?
Oh, absolutely, all the guys at Black Diamond Mafia. I mean, me and Matt worked our butt off to put this league on and stuff, and Matt for adminning. I mean, I told him I'd run, I'd help him start a league, but I wasn't adminning it. I was just gonna race it. I'd do all the promotion and everything for it. But all the other guys for coming out and supporting it and putting in the practice time with it. And then, Majula Say, Speed Shop, CFM, Esports, S&S Fishing and Rental, Sweet Tea Gang, obviously, Nueva Designs, which is my wrap company. I don't have enough time to do wraps for anybody else, so don't ask. But other than that, and you, Aaron, you know what? I tell you this all the time, bud, and you know what's coming. You're my favorite broadcaster.
Stop it. You're going to make me blush. Come on now. Well, brother, a great run and a great drive, man. Parking that 99 right up here on the podium with a good run and a good finish. And back-to-back weeks here, parking Black Diamond Mafia on the front straightaway. Obviously, Landon getting the win. But you guys going 1, 2, and 3 has got to feel pretty special as well, knowing that, you know, 3 of you guys were able to not only compete for a good finish, but being able to get 3 good finishes on the evening and keeping a lot of great, talented drivers back there at bay has got to feel pretty special.
Oh, absolutely, man. I'd tell you the truth. Other than winning this thing, 1, 2, and 3, that makes me happy too.
Absolutely. Well, Tristan, a great run, a great drive. You're going to get one more opportunity at picking up a checkered flag next Monday, where hopefully we'll see you right back up here in the broadcast booth, maybe one spot better up in victory lane.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, buddy.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your night. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for Tristan Sykes, our second place finisher here this evening. As Ty Dickinson says, oh, he finally thanked me. Yes, he finally did. He finally gave you that shout out right there, as we will get ready to pull in our third place finisher, the number 3 car out there on the racetrack. It is Dylan Murray with a great run and a great drawing fence. He finishes out our podium. We'll pull him up into the broadcast booth. Hey Dylan, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
Yes, sir. What's up, buddy?
Not much, Dylan, man. What a run, what a race. Take us back through this one. That was pretty wild out there at certain moments and times of the race. We saw you guys, 2, 3, almost 4 wide back there, duking it out for, the 5th, 6th, 3rd, 4th position out there. Basically, outside the top 2 was an absolute dogfight, lap after lap after lap, and you guys had your handful for a lot of laps there. And then late in this race, you find something up there on the extreme high side. You really start to find that momentum. You start rolling around them, picking them off lap by lap, and here you go. Late in the race, you find your way up into position number 3 to finish off a perfect 1, 2, 3 finish here for Black Diamond Mafia.
Man, I mean, I found that top side in 1 and 2 pretty early when it started slicking off in the middle, but I couldn't get the run off there to get beside Tristan and Marlo, and me and Landon battled pretty hard there for a while. And I mean, it's just, man, these guys are so fast. You got to be just about perfect to run up front, and one little ball, and just things wouldn't go my way. And a couple times, they're late. Landon got around both of them on the restart, and it kind of shuffled Marlo back, and Tristan got around him, and I just had the opportunity to send it off in there again, and I think he was just enough, slowed up just enough by them two to where I could get around him and then hold him, not really pinch him down into the tires or anything, but make it to where he couldn't float it off like he wanted to, and I could get around him.
Absolutely, as you guys battled door to door there late in this race, and everyone battling for the top 3, the top 5 in every position, as every lap, everyone giving it everything they could out there on the racetrack. You were able to find that drive that you needed to snag that 3rd place finish here this evening. Dylan, who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong performance here this evening?
And them dudes over at Black Diamond Mafia, they took me in, like I was been there forever, and I can't thank them enough. They helped me out. I've gotten a lot faster racing with them guys. CFM setups, like Landon and Tristan said, that's the best setups on the sim. Sweet Tea Gang, Ty makes all my wraps. I got my dad into it, so we run a lot of laps together. Sucked to see that happen early after he won that heat race, but man, just everybody, you for putting, for broadcasting, Matt and Tristan for putting this on, just everybody that's a part of it.
Absolutely. Well, Dylan, you're going to have one more opportunity for another podium run and maybe a checkered flag next Monday, and hopefully we'll see you right back up here in the broadcast booth, and maybe another 1, 2, 3 finish for Black Diamond Mafia Monday night.
That's the plan, man. I told him if I won that thing, I was going to do the Ricky Bobby. I ain't never done one of these interview deals, so they didn't. I didn't get to win it, so I didn't get to do the Ricky Bobby. The car drove great. I don't know what to do with my hands type deal. But.
Yeah, we've seen that before from quite a few different people, that's for certain. Sometimes they're a little bit more of a deer in the headlights, that's for certain. You did a great job, though, not only on the racetrack, but up here in the booth as well. Dylan, congratulations on the great run, and we look forward to seeing you back out on the racetrack on Monday night.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our 3rd place finisher, the number 3 rider, Dylan Murray. Is Dylan coming home here in position number 3? A great run and a great drive there for Mr. Murray, as unfortunately that is going to do it here for us this evening, as that is going to end the racing festivities, and unfortunately that is going to do it here for us on the evening. Thank y'all for tuning in, everyone coming in with the likes, the comments, the shares, any of the new followers or subscribers, or anyone coming in and showing the love here throughout the evening. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, and can't wait to see you guys back here tomorrow evening as we go back to asphalt racing tomorrow night, as we'll get some more racing action in for our Tuesday evening HCK Eagles, HCK Eagles Truck Series tomorrow night as we'll get ready for those drivers to have another wild run and another wild race here for their playoff series, and can make things very, very interesting with their second playoff race coming about, and we're going to see some great action there tomorrow night, so make sure you guys tune into that one, and can't wait to see you guys back up here in the broadcast channel. But thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you guys later. Peace out for now, baby. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen. Wowzers, what a run, what a race, what a show these guys put on for us here this evening.